You're welcome to the Access Bank Distributor Forum 2022 with the theme, Technology, the New Business. In our world of today, technology is seen as something that is very critical if you're going to win in the 21st century. So it's imperative that we sort of come to a point where we understand this and know how to leverage it for our business. The Access Bank Distributor Forum started in 2018, and up until date, we've taught on various topics, various things leveraging sales, tax, how to drive your business. And today we're going to be looking at technology and how you can leverage that for your business. This is all part of the bank's commission to make an impact by ensuring that we provide more than banking to you, our customers. I'd like to also acknowledge our online audience. They're not left out of this. We've got people watching from across Africa and indeed across the entire world. My name is Chibike, and I'm your host for today. And doing this with me are two of my co-hosts as well, one from the Francophone country and the other from the Lusophone country. We've got Karima. Bonjour, Karima. And we've also got Aurelio. Bom dia, Aurelio. So that's good morning in Portuguese and in French. Now, a few house rules, a few housekeeping just for us to get started, right? Please note that there are two exit doors, one to my right and the other to my left. If you do need to make use of the restroom or anything, for those of you physically present here, please make do with the doors to my right and to my left. And if you need our attention, please feel free to reach out to our colleagues. They're all over the room. Feel free to engage them if you have any information you would like to have. And now, to help us open today's session, for the opening prayer, please, let's give a round of applause to Mrs. from Adama Ventures, Mrs. Maria. Please, let's put our hands together. Mrs. Maria of Adama Ventures. Let's keep clapping for her until she gets here. Let's clap, let's clap, let's clap. Let's raise the tempo.
Thank you. Let's pray. Our Father and our God, eternal Rock of Ages, we thank you for a day like this, a day you have ordained that will be gathered here all over to listen, to get inspired, and for this life-changing Distributors Webinar Program. Mighty God, we ask, O Lord, that you bow the heavens and come and dwell with us. Help us, O Lord, so that we'll be inspired, we'll be impacted at the end of the program. We thank you for the resource persons and the handlers of this program. Father, King of Glory, the right words to put into their mouths for us. Father, put in the name of Jesus. At the end of this program, Lord, let all glory be ascribed to your holy name. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Maria. Thank you so much. All right, let's kick off. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we welcome our very own Deputy Managing Director, Retail South, for the opening remark. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause. Mrs. Chisoma Okoli.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We should all be very happy and, lifted, despite what's going on in our country. So when I say good morning, I want to hear a very loud good morning. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming here today. Our distinguished partners, the corporates that we've been working with, their representatives for those who are not represented by the company's MDs or executives. I thank you very much. And then, of course, my dear colleagues, we wouldn't be here today without the support of those of you sitting here. But with COVID-19, so many pressures, so many challenges around the world. But the point is that we've continued to do this. This is one of the non-financial services that we offer in Access Bank. We're very passionate about so many things, but one of the things we're passionate about that is very dear to us is our distributors. And so today we're hosting you again to another round of learning session. And so, despite what has happened with COVID and our inability to gather people together, we see it as an opportunity because so many people are able to join online, which was not happening before. We have various customers around Africa and Nigeria online. And so it's not just those of you sitting with us today that are privileged to listen to what we have for you. As part of our services, we always want to build knowledge for our customers because we know that without you, we cannot really exist. Our business is about customers. Our business is about you, our distributors. And so it's very important to us to continue to educate you in those things that we believe are important to make sure that your business is sustainable. During COVID, we realized that without platforms, many companies could not exist. And indeed, in Access Bank, we supported many in ensuring that they change the model of their business and begin to use technology to push their businesses. And of course, we've seen that has really, to a great deal, positively impacted the growth of so many businesses that bank with us. Indeed, you know that we're a bank that loves SMEs. Our distributors majorly are in this sector. And so we continue to make sure that we support you. Now, today's theme, as we have mentioned before, is talking about technology. Without that, you cannot compete. We are fully aware of all the things that you need to do to make sure that your company can compete. Everybody is leveraging on technology. Education, real estate, agriculture, every sphere of the economy and the world, as I can say, is leveraging on technology because that is the way to go. So any company that does not align will definitely be behind and may not succeed because you'll be unable to compete. We all saw it during COVID. People could not come out to buy things in your various locations. And so necessarily, you had to create or have payment platforms that would ensure that you can still continue to be a business despite the fact that people cannot walk in. This is the reason why this is very important to us. Last year, we had the program on succession planning. After that program, so many of our customers came to us to say thank you. Because when we run businesses in Nigeria, we don't think of succession. And that is part of the things that is very critical in your businesses. So today, we'll be talking about the reason why you need to leverage technology to scale. And so that's why we brought you here together today. But we will not start this without me saying a very big thank you to all of you. All of you are customers who have over the years supported us, who have stayed with us, despite the challenging environments. We don't take you for granted, and we never will. Relationships are very dear to us, and we're not transactional in the way we do business. Which is why at every point in time, we continue to determine those things that will ensure that your business grows, because we know that with your partnership, even we, Access Bank, will grow. Today, we've emerged into a holding company. We couldn't have done that without you. And so I say a very big thank you to all our customers sitting here today, those online, who have ensured that this partnership grows, and I know, and I'm very positive, that we will only get better. So thank you very much for coming, and I do believe that you're going to have a wonderful session today. This is another learning journey that we will go through today. And to take us on this journey will be Mr. Ayo Bankole Akintujoye. I think we should clap for him. So he is a technology expert and has done a lot of work with the SMEs. He does the boot camp, and I know that today he's going to take us on a journey that will make sure that our businesses will withstand the test of time. I urge you to listen very carefully, ask the questions. No question is silly. We are all learning, and we learn every day. Please, I thank you again for coming, and thank you, Mr. Ayo, for coming here today and allowing us to tap on your wealth of experience. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and God bless you all.
Please let's give her a round of applause again. Thank you very much, Ma, our Deputy Managing Director. Okay, and now for the main event while we're here. But before we bring on our speaker, who, by the way, is an expert in his field, and I'm sure we all will be thrilled and excited by the time he's done. Okay? Before we do that, let's take a few rules because we need to help our online audience as well participate in this fully. Amelia, please put up the rules for the online community. Now, in terms of the language interpretation, once the speaker starts, please click on the language interpretation to select your preferred language. Our online audience, especially those in the Francophone and the Lusophone countries, click on the language interpretation to select your preferred language. The next one. And once that is done, you can select your preferred language. There's English, French, and there's also a Portuguese option. The next one. Please follow the arrows to raise or lower your hands for questions. When we get to the Q&A session, please follow the arrow to raise or lower your hand for questions. When you do that, we will be prompted, and then the person that needs to speak or ask a question will be unmuted for you to speak. I hope we understand that. Thank you. I believe that's follow the arrow to mute and unmute. So that's fine. Is there any other instruction? All right. Thank you. So we'll take the next 1 minute to just quickly listen to the profile of our speaker today. Like I said, he's an expert in his field, so you don't have any problem. You're fully covered by Access Bank. Please, let's listen to the profile of Mr. Ayo Bankole. All right, while we wait for that to come on. I'll just take this briefly. So I'll give you a brief profile of our speaker today. Mr. Ayo Bankole Akintujoy, I hope I got that correctly, sir, is a strategy and transformation expert with over 10 years, spanning leadership roles across the financial markets, insurance, as well as the oil and gas industries. He has also executed various strategies and industry-wide initiatives in these sectors. His experience cuts across strategy and execution, change management, process improvement, due diligence, merger and acquisition, etc. Ayo Bankole is currently the head, business planning and appraisal at ITO Group, one of Africa's fastest growing energy leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together as we welcome our speaker, Mr. Ayo Bankole. A round of applause, please. Let's keep clapping until he gets here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That profile that you read, I disclaimed that profile. It's an old profile, so it's a technology error. So that's not me. I'm good. I need us to smile, please. I need 8 people out here, please. 8 people. I need us to smile. We're not smiling. I need 8 people out here. Gender balance: 4 women, 4 men. Very quickly. Sir, you want me to call you? Sir. Sir, please step out. Please step out. Yes. You now quickly smiled because... Sir, please do us the honors. Thank you. Quickly, quickly. I'm waiting for you. Sir. Thank you, thank you. How many men have I called? 4. Madam, please join us. Oh, she just came in. Oh, okay. Madam, please join us. Please join us. Hello, please join us. Oh, you work with Access? No, you are part of us. Please join us. Thank you. Please spread. Madam, please join us. Mommy, please join us. I was with you inside the elevator. That's why I'm calling you to come and join us. Please. There's no way. Mommy. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Yes. I have a solid mix of people. So we're going to play a very simple game. It's called the Buzz Game. You see, this game is very interesting. You know, those of us, especially those of us that are distributors, elderly people, we have young kids, right? And we're always complaining that most of our kids don't understand mathematics. Abi? A lot of kids don't understand. So this thing is going to show us that it's going to make us change towards our kids. If we understand mathematics by ourselves. All our parents in those days, all of them finished with good grades. They will tell you, when I was in school, I was number 1. I was the first. My father told me that thing until I saw his results when we were packing from one house to another. You know. So, Buzz Game, count 1 to, you just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, on every 7th count, you say buzz. So, instead of saying 7, you say buzz. Then you continue 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. On every 7th multiple, you say buzz. Do you understand it? Then, I take it again. So, we just keep taking our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, when it gets to you, every 7th count, instead of saying that word, that number, you say buzz. And then the next person continues. Very simple. 1, 2, 3. Like Noshi 1, 2, 3. Even my little boy, even my little son. No, you don't skip 7. You just say yes. The next person continues 8. So instead of mentioning 7, you say buzz. Yes, or every other 7th count. So the next 7, which is 14, buzz. Then the next. Exactly. Mommy is already thinking of rigging the election. Okay, let's start, please. No, your voice has to be very loud, very sharp, and no pause, no sign, no smiling. Mm-hmm. Now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Ah. Papa, you jumped the ship. Please, let's clap for Papa. It's Papa's time to go and sit down. Thank you. You can go and sit down. So we start from you. 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You see, mathematics is not as easy as we think it is. You can, bros, you are still standing. Don't worry, Access Bank will give us a brand new car. Anybody that wins this thing. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
It's paining you that you're not going to win the car. The car is downstairs, though. It's the DMD's car that will give you. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 1, 2, 8.
This man has been calling all the numbers. 1, 2, boss. 1, 2, boss. Please, let's clap for him. Let him go and sit down. Please, can we give a round of applause to our women? It's 3-1. The women are the future. Oh. They are the present and the future and the past. Okay, so last man standing. Let's give him a round of applause too. He's the last man standing. Don't worry, when I leave here, me too, I'll go and gym. Maybe when I'm big like this, I will know. 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
No. Mommy. Eddie, try. You've tried. Please give mommy a round of applause. So we start. Where was she? Was she in the middle? Okay, so we'll start from.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12.
So we have the last man and the last woman standing. Fantabulous. So please come and stay here. Let's close the gap. You know. So now you face each other and you have to go very quickly, right? So no pausing. The car is waiting. It's downstairs. Prado 2020. Now let's go. No, it depends on where you start. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15.
This man is proud. You'll see the way he's going to sit. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, at least now all of you are laughing. You did not want to laugh before, despite that plenty meat pie and scotch egg that we gave you. It's now boss game that made you laugh. So my name is Ayo Bankole. Oh, brilliant. The last two. Oh, we have a gift. I trust Access Bank. Access Bank always deliver. If it's some people now, they will just do voice me. Please have this on behalf of myself, my family, and Access Bank. And Access Bank last is me and my family first, because now we bring the game. Thank you. You see, when you come to this type of events, enjoying participation is very important. Because if you don't enjoy participation, you will just be listening to theory. Please, I don't teach theory. I'm a strategy professional and execution person, and I work with over 4,500 SMEs to support them, ensure that the business, succeeds. And because I was raised, my father died in 2003, just as I was going to go into university. And before he died, my mother had retired from Lafarge and had invested our money, our gratuity, into my father's business. And my father died with all the money. And my mother had to be trading, small trading between Lagos and Ghana, to send me to school. So if not for that small business, I can assure you, I'll probably be on the streets, fighting with them, say, almost people. So I don't joke with small businesses, because small business is what can decide or determine if that child goes to school or not. One child that you see on the street. So it's very important. So please, and I'm happy we're taking this session after succession planning, because one key ingredient, I thought you were going to arrest me. One key ingredient to succession planning is technology. And you know that less than 25% of businesses survive beyond the second generation. I'm sure all of us here want our business to survive beyond us. Abi? Please. Technology is very important. And when we think of technology, most times we are thinking, hey, this thing is going to crash. Technology is going to take away my control. It's going to take away this. Don't worry, we're going to simplify it and make you see. It's myself I'm seeing now. Where's my slide? Abi, how does it work? You see technologies. No. Look at technology. We have, how many people do we have here? And we have about 350 people online across multiple locations. Imagine the Access Bank was just tied down here and no technology. Imagine. And I would have been here now speaking to only these people here. We can't reach. Access Bank would have had to spend at least times 3 or times 4 of what they are spending on this, because I'll have to travel to different locations to talk to different people. I host the boot camp. Every year, we plan for only about 200, of course, except the Ibadan people. When we did the boot camp at Ibadan, we had overflow of over 1,000 people physically. The year where I had the largest participants and impact was when we did strictly Zoom. That was 2020. We had 1,500 people because it was virtual, So I'm going to show you how, in practical terms, please, let's share experiences. Please, pointer. Let's share experiences. Let's interact, please, as much as possible. This is an interactive. You are the expert in your business. Don't look at me. I don't know what that man was saying, that I'm an expert in whatever. I'm not an expert at anything. The only thing I'm an expert at is eating pounded yam. And I wanted to come here with I felt because I'm going to bank, let me dress like a banker. So I would have come here with my full Alari. Who knows Alari here? You don't know Alari? Mama, when I saw your bid, I know you know Alari. So we're going to talk about technology, why it is the new business, and how you can apply it to whatever business that you do. And we're going to give several examples. Now, there's technology that you use to support your core business. Whatever business that you do, which is, distributor model. I assume all of us here are distributors, maybe except a few people who are corporates or manufacturers. So there's technology that you can use to manage your core business. We call it front end, which is, front end is anything that is the business, your core business. So banking, for example, their front end application is the application they are using to trade with you as the customer. You collect money, what do they put it on? Finaco, all those kind of things. Then they have support, which is back end, what they use to manage HR, all those things that are not your core business, but very important to your business, finance, HR, marketing, all those kind of things, right? So we're going to talk about those two things. First, please, let's put our phones on silent. If it's an Access Bank staff, please help us deduct their salaries. Thank you. I'll send it to my account. So I'm going to talk about technology that you can use as a distributor to manage your distributor business, and then the ones that you can use back end. And they are not expensive. And then we'll do examples. You see how it looks and the demo, right? And I'm going to follow up with some of us when we are done with this session, so that we can see how you have improved. Because it's not just about theory, right? And I also know that some of these things can be difficult, for some of us. Change management, that's why it's a field in strategy. Change management is very tough, especially if you have been doing it for so many years, right? And it's not only you. When I was in KPMG, one of the most important projects that we did then was governance and transformation for, guess who? Dangote. So it's not only you. Every business you are seeing is doing it, is still learning, is still trying to optimize technology. Because without technology, you will not survive. You just will not, right? So I'm going to call just 2 people here, and then maybe online. Please let people type in their name and their industry online, and what they do. Ma, your name of your business, and what you do.
Okay, my name is Shola Komifarinde. The business name is Market Mix Limited, and we are in the fast-moving consumer goods industry.
Thank you, thank you. So what do you expect to gain from this session?
Innovative technology.
Brilliant, brilliant. Who else wants to go? Thank you.
Okay, my name is Folake Agbaje, and my company name is Mesilis Enterprises. I'm a cement distributor, and I expect to improve on the existing technology that we have and how to strengthen our back end, because you've differentiated between the front end and the back end now. So maybe we focused on the front end earlier. Now we look at sorting the back end from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anytime I hear Agbaje, when I was in the university, I had a very sad professor. His name was Professor Agbaje. He would say, I will frustrate you to fail and you will fail. So anytime I hear Agbaje, I always have PTSD. Yes.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Kazim from Jimmy Aziz. Yeah, we are into from Kazim. Yeah, from Jimmy Aziz Enterprises Limited. We are into cement distribution. Yeah, basically, like you said, you've been able to differentiate between the front end and the back end. And majorly now, we also have to focus on that back end. Yeah.
Not just repeat what your colleague said. Brilliant. Do we have one or two people from online, please? Don't let's leave our online audience. So. Do we have? I should proceed. Sam, do we have? Okay. Are you still on the screen? Come again. Okay. Should I move? What's happening? It seems we have issues with... Somebody's trying to talk? Okay, so what's going on? You see, I usually don't like to seclude people from online because you can lose them if you don't. Should we move on?
Okay. Sorry, please, let me pass. Okay. Good morning, all. My name is Ese Duku, and in the fast-moving consumer good segment too. The business is called Evinista.
Is there anybody that is not FMCG here? Is there anybody that is not fast-moving consumer goods? Are we all FMCG? So I can understand that we are all in the same industry. Okay, everybody in here is FMCG. Okay, brilliant. Okay, it's good. It's good at... Sam. Not everybody. Who? Somebody said something. Oh, okay. Please.
My name is Mrs. Haudu Ajoke. I'm Hamina Piles Enterprises. I'm dealing with commodity products, consumer goods, noodles and pastas.
Okay, commodity products. Brilliant. Okay, I again, I told you I'm a strategy person. My experience cuts across consulting and industry. I haven't worked with multiple organizations all over the world. I told you because of my mother's business, I decided I was going to be a strategy person so that I can help businesses, right? And then I spent the early part of my careers working with global firms, KPMG and PwC and Philips Consulting. And all the projects I was doing were for global firms, right? Exxon, all my clients, the banks, World Bank, AFDB. And I said, this thing doesn't make sense now. The small businesses I want to help, I'm not helping them because our ticket size was, most of those consulting firms, it was thousands of USD, So I said, what do I do now? Okay, let me first go and learn execution in the industry. And then I became head of strategy in insurance, capital markets, and oil and gas industries. Then I set up Caladium Consulting and Lagos SME Bootcamp to support those nano businesses, nano and micro businesses, businesses who cannot pay $80,000, $100,000, $50,000 for professional services, but need it the most, and that's how we got here, right? So we've done it we've supported clients across Africa and members of our community. We have about 5,000 small businesses across Africa. Now we are doing a tech startup called FeatherGap. FeatherGap is designed to solve liquidity problems for MSMEs, right? So you have your payment days that is very high, and then you simply come to us and we provide our backup. So yeah, I started my career in technology consulting, C2G consulting, where we were selling ERP solutions, technology solutions that support both front end and back end. So today, you can be sure that Sam, you guys, you need to let me work with them so that all these disruptions doesn't happen. Okay, yes, please, how many of us can remember what banking looked like in 1995? 1995, specifically. How many people used banks in 1995? And how was it like? What was your experience banking in 1995? Sir, that your smile is... the way you smile touch your thighs, it be like you don't suffer for banking or for... In 1995, who can give me an example of what banking looked like in 1995? I'm sure everybody here knows. Thank you. Man, women are the powerful people in this place.
Maybe in summary, we could say more of armchair banking, in which the bankers were in their offices, and there were a lot of queues outside. It was more of manual. Even if you had to do things online, there's what they call interbranch, that you have to wait for days for your transactions to move between one branch or the other, and checks are being posted, attached to documents, sent from one branch to the other, and then you have to be physically there most times to do this transaction. I think online came about 98, 99, So in 95, it was just the manual thing, and then one memory we always have is that accountant that is always sitting at the top with his glasses down there, And then a lot of people come to queue outside the banking hall in the morning. Even as students, you have to queue to withdraw your 1,000 or 500 naira. And then we had an advert in which somebody carried a mat or something, So it was quite a horrible experience compared to what we have now.
And the worst part of it is that back then, you had to carry books when you are going to the bank. Have you forgotten? If you want to go and withdraw, you have to carry... that's the table of mamas. Now you are not doing as if you not know before, as if you are Gen Z. Even me that I'm Gen Z, I remember. Why are you laughing? Am I not Gen Z? So remember how banking was. You see, this was what banking looked like in those days. In fact, I specifically like that example of, those people who would sit and look at you. Look at bankers today. I mean, come on. I mean, look at bank. Thank God for life. Thank God for technology. So that was banking in those days. And then what happened? Technology happened. We had digitization of most banking services. And then they started issuing cards, ATMs started coming out. And then what happened amongst bank customers? There was resistance. There was very strong, please, can we put our phones? Okay, if you don't put your phone on speaker, you come and entertain also. There was resistance, very strong resistance. In fact, there's still resistance by a lot of bank customers today. Abi? So there is always inflection point in technology, and there is always resistance. And what happens? Those who keep resisting the longest will be left behind. Abi? So imagine a company today that is still relying on physical engagement with banks to do anything. You'll be inefficient, and you'll be surprised that there are people like that, even in this hour. So please, whatever you want to take away, if you don't take away anything today, at the minimum, at least employ technology in your core and your finance. It is critical. Now, what happened? When resistance here reduced, right, it further evolved again. So as at then, you have to go to the ATM, and then e-banking started, and then the resistance increased. People will tell you, something. They will take my money away. They will wipe away my money. I can't do this. They will. But what? You go and check the numbers, and I think even our banks and CBN and co, they need to be doing more information to tell people that the overall percentage of those losing money versus the advantages is not so high. Even if you do manual, the chances of you being defrauded is higher. Are you following me? Because in those days of checks and all those things, there was fraud. I mean, was there no fraud? There was fraud. So for every evolution, what is civilization? Civilization simply means evolution of culture. You can have a culture. That's why I tell people when they say, oh, Africa was civilized before the white man came. We were civilized. What's going on? We were civilized, yes, but what type of civilization? We saw the Atlantic Ocean, like this Atlantic Ocean behind us here. What did we do? We built shrines. Abi? We built shrines there, and we were worshiping it. Abi? That's our own civilization now. Meanwhile, the wise man saw it and built ships and said there must be something in that place. Abi? And they came here, and they showed our king's mirror. And our king saw mirror, and they sold our people as slaves. Because their own civilization was not up to, Abi, it's exactly the same thing. Companies that are advanced on civilization would enslave the ones that do not embrace technology civilization. And there has been such evolution across multiple times. There was a time when it was the agriculture age. This slavery I just used as an example. They were going to Europe to go and do plantation, sugarcane plantations. Then it was agriculture that was building wealth. Large scale. Then value came on agriculture and it became production. Then there was the industrial age. That was when they came up with a lot of technology around innovation around industry and manufacturing. And then what happened? They added value again. Abi, are you following me? Then today, so there was the information age, then now is the digital age. If you do not, people are building wealth, people are optimizing their businesses with digital culture. If you do not embrace it, even if you are not left behind, your business will be left behind later after you. Because there is no business without digital. It's just as simple as that. Imagine a bank starting off today and trying to still do manual and saying, oh, because our customers are afraid of technology, we will not do technology banking. We will now do manual banking. Nobody's going to go there. Because you have Access Bank all over, everywhere. You have Access Bank everywhere providing, look at this type of session that we're doing. Gone are those days when banking was about, you don't even know who is behind your bank except that woman in glasses. Now there's interaction, there's Zoom, right? Now, I have a problem. I need to be changing, please. Can I have a laptop dedicated to this thing? Oh. Let me give you another example. Who can remember how we used to get, you know VHF? Who knows VHF? If you are Gen Z, yeah, don't worry. Gen Z, don't worry. Who knows VHF? VHF. Cassettes, God bless you. I did battle this clan. You know VHF? How did we used to get home videos in those days? How did we used to get home videos? Video club. In fact, oh, no be you, you deny. the guy denied his thing, you know Sabi? The guy knows Sabi video club. You look and say, I beg, no be me talking. Before you ask me another thing, I don't go know. Video clubs. And we will queue at video clubs to go and rent Igodo and all those movies in those days. Igodo. Abi? All those things. That was what Blockbuster was essentially doing. Blockbuster was the biggest video rental company in the world. As at 1985 that they founded Blockbuster, by 1994 it was worth $8.4 billion. I'm telling you, and just for video rentals, they had massive infrastructure across the US. What we used to do then with a small generator, video club, Blockbuster was doing massively. And then what happened? As at when they were the biggest in the world, sometime around that in 97, some young guy with you will see this boy that is going to do demo now too. He wave his hair with earring and all those things. You see, that's how they do it, just tech people. The young guy started what they call Netflix. Blockbuster was massive. Imagine being worth $8.4 billion then. And then the Netflix guy, because he had the idea, but you know, he was afraid of the incumbents. So he then went to the MD of He then went to the MD of Blockbuster to say, I have this idea that this thing will be the future of rentals, of video rental. Let's collaborate. In fact, I'm going to sell this idea to Blockbuster and we'll do it as a partnership. The guy chased him out of the office. I'm telling you that, what do you mean? People are going to pay for what? Or something that they can't see on one digital website. How is that going to happen? He chased him out of his office. As at then, in 1997. Now, look at what happened after immediately. By 2000, look at what happened. Blockbuster dropped from $8.4 billion to $50 million. Look at what happened to Netflix. Netflix now is worth $203 billion. And then what happened to Blockbuster? Blockbuster continued to decline. Now they've gone under, they've gone bankrupt. Why? It's called an inflection point. They had a chance. They had that chance to embrace that tech and adapt. Now, this thing doesn't fully show it. Later, they tried to quickly now embrace it after Netflix had, but it was too late. And then the board sacked the guy and everything went under. So you can see, these are clear. In fact, let's forget America. Let's look at Nigeria. There was an inflection point in banking in the late 80s to early 90s. Abi? New banks like the Access and Co came up, right? And some older banks had the chance to embrace it. Did they not? What happened to them? They've gone. A lot of them have gone. In fact, majority of them have gone or merged or whatever. If not, they are not the leaders. It's technology. It is inflection. Everything is inflection point. The same thing, that business that you are doing, that you think is just for me, it's me and my family, we are doing well, we are making money. No, don't bring anything, don't bring any new thing. I don't want to rock the boat. There will be inflection point too. There will be. It will catch up. It's like what do they call that? People that go to church or mosque here. What do they call it? End day. Judgment day. It's like judgment day. It's going to happen. So it's about how you are able to adopt. Now, look at Uber. How many of us came here with Uber? Auntie, you said you bought Uber. Mama, you bought Uber. See, mommy self came here with Uber. No, please. She came. If mommy can be coming with Uber, then please, what happened to those yellow taxis? Those Baba that used to play draft. Those Baba in those days, if you go and meet those Baba, I'm going to airport. From Isolo to airport, Baba will tell you saying 4,000. Once you say Baba, 3,500, Baba will rather play draft from morning to night and ignore customers than go because of 500 naira. Today, do you know what happens to those Babas? They've abandoned their yellow taxis, they are now doing Uber. Do you know what happened to them in France? They went to the streets to go and protest against Uber and UK, that Uber is taking their jobs. Guess what? Uber does not even have car. Uber doesn't have car. Uber is just aggregating. Look at Facebook. Facebook does not even publish anything. And it's the world's biggest media company. Facebook is just aggregating content. That's technology. You either embrace it or you are dead. Look at channels and Arise TV. People stream their content online more than they watch it on TV. You are here now. How many people is watching TV? But when you go out of here, when you hear that somebody says something on TV, what will happen? You go on YouTube, you go and check it again. Imagine you are doing media today, you are saying, no, although the social media is too toxic, it's too something, we don't want to do that. People are going to leave you behind. Your content is going to be limited to those that are watching TV part-time. It's the same thing that applies to your business. You are sitting here today, you don't know what's happening in your office. Most of us have only notepads on our tables, meaning that whatever is happening in your office right now, you don't know. The few people have seen pressing phone, now call them they make or text message. There's no application on your phones that is showing you what is happening in your office. Nothing. What does that mean? You are disconnected from your business right now. You don't have real-time visibility over your business. Are you following me? The way everywhere come quiet like this, like say, man, I easy, oh, man, I no kidnap me. Access Bank, your people, the way they are looking at me, they don't beat me. Oh. This guy, what do you mean? Why are you making me afraid now? What do you mean by that? So, look, anyway, let's move. Now, this is where you are, most likely in your business as of today. This is the traditional model. The traditional model is that the manufacturer will produce, Abi, it will come to you, the distributors, then you would either sell to these mega retailers or you sell to another wholesalers or whatever it is. Abi now? Yes or no? Yes. I better make her hear the yes where. If you know me, make you quickly tell me. I've told you are the experts. Abi? So that's the traditional model. This is the way value moves from one sector, from one end of the chain to another end of the chain, traditionally. Abi? Guys, now what's the problem with the traditional model? Now remember, your traditional model, the way value is moving left and right, what happens when they supply you from your manufacturer company? What do? God bless you. What do? When goods arrive at your this thing, how do you record them? This Baba said you write it down. Now you are using computer system. Clap for Mama. Mama said she's using computer system. Now, majority of people said they write it down in their ledger. Abi? Inside the exercise book. Onward paper specifically. Those ugly looking. We will get there. We will get to where computer cannot go off. Where is my flip chart now? They didn't give me flip chart. Flip chart. Okay, there's no flip chart. Anyway, I hope I don't forget. Cheta, please let me write it down. So we'll get to computer going off parts. You see? That's one critical thing. Let's hold it to our left hand. So goods coming, they write it down. So as they are writing it down now, you are here. They are helping you write it down, Abi. You don't know what they are writing, no? Right? There's nothing. So you have information from your supplier, and then it's up to you to get back to work and start arguing. No, so I said this. This one rejected. This one something. Abi, and then that notebook you keep it. If the notebook gets missing, Shangbafo. If it gets burnt, Akaratu Sekpo. So what do we do? You know, now, I hope my interpreters are catching up because I have people from other countries. I hope they are. Are they? Please let me know if you need. Okay, fine. So, there's so much paperwork. And then when the exercise book finishes, what will happen? Another exercise book. Another exercise book. Another exercise book. And remember, it's not only exercise book for incoming, no. There's exercise book for, and there's exercise book for expenses, and there's exercise book for stock. I like you. And there's exercise book for, no. Then what will happen? You start looking for space to store your exercise books. Abi? What will happen when the space has finished? You will go and look for where to archive it. Not the archive, just in case. Then you buy fireproof cabinet. You see, I like the fact that people are giving me real life examples here. So, the problem will keep compounding and keep compounding and keep compounding. In 2022, it's a taboo. It should not happen. In fact, if I become president and you still have those kind of fireproof, it should be jailable offense. Because you are just going to complicate your business unnecessarily when there's technology that solves it. And the technology is not just sitting on your computer. So even if your computer burns, in fact, after this session, they'll probably do business continuity planning training for you guys again. Because there is the element of business continuity planning. There are 3 in 1. Succession planning, technology, business continuity. So that you organize your business in a way that if anything even happens, even if your physical store burns, the business continues. Are you following me? Please, be following me very well. Oh. What happens? You want to, I've already spoken about visibility. Approval and call. If it's manual and they need your approval here now, what will happen? They wait for you to start training. Abi? Which is ridiculous. As at 1997-98, Bill Gates wrote a book. How many people know Bill Gates? Most of you. Bill Gates wrote a book. The book is called Business at the Speed of Thought. Business at the speed of thought means as you are thinking it, your business should be moving the way your thought is moving. As you are thinking it, you should be able to be doing it. It's simply about how can I use technology such that I'm thinking in my mind now about approving something. The approval is waiting for me. I should be able to approve it while continuing what I'm doing. Not that I've thought about this that, oh, I need to approve this thing. Okay, I'll approve it when I get back to the office. Business has moved beyond that. Completely. And again, the good part of it is that it's not even expensive. The other option is more expensive. But we don't know. Which is why I'm happy that Access Bank is doing this. Because trust me, it's not easy for banks to care about this type of thing, you know. Because if they don't do it, you will still do business with you. Abi? Won't they do business with you? You need the bank needs you. Yes. Eh? Forget that they are wearing fancy suit. They need you. That's why they are doing advertisement now. Is that not why? But doing this means they understand that it's not just about the transaction. It's value add. So please, let's take it very seriously. And again, let's follow it practically. So you see, there are so many other things. You can lose the data. Even your inventory process is slower. You have to take this thing manually. You have to write it manually. It's cumbersome, right? Now, we've looked at the traditional model, have we? Now, let's look at what tech does for you. Simple as ABC. You have two types of applications. Remember I told you front end and what? Back end. Abi? Your front end as a distributor is your distributor management system. I'm sure most of us know that. How many of us know the DMS? Most of us don't. Okay. Fantastic. Don't worry. I'm sure a few people do. So there's the distributor management system, which is your application that helps you manage your distribution business. It helps you, it gives you visibility over everything in the distributor chain. And I will show you. From when the thing is coming from your manufacturer or your supplier, if it goes to warehouse, to when it gets to, in fact, don't let me talk too much. Let me be showing you. Now, this is for backend. The ERP is for backend, and I'll show you examples too. Now, look at this image. How many of us can see the screen? This thing is making my hand pain me. This microphone makes me feel like Oshibajo. How many of us can see our screen? Now, remember, remember this thing. Can you remember this traditional model? Abi? You see that this model, nothing is connecting it here. The movement between here and here, you don't know. You don't know where your trucks are. You don't know if they break down. Man, truck drivers, if you want to quickly have hypertension, engage a truck driver without a DMS or any tracking mechanism. Even with tracking, they will still frustrate you. See the way Mommy said, I need driver. They showed up Pepe. Last week, Saturday, I was in Ogere with my clients. My client has 40-something trucks. He's into logistics business. Him himself is a northerner. We were in Ogere looking for his trucks. The drivers have showed him Pepe. That's why he had to call us that. I need help. There's no visibility. Between here and here, you don't know. Between here and here, you don't know. Between here and here, you don't know. You don't even know what this guy is saying. There's no communication between this guy and this guy. So this guy will tell you something happened, you don't know. There's nothing. It's just manual. All you just know is in your own shop. Chickena. Abi? Now, I want you to hold that thought. Let's come back here. Look at this place. What has happened? Your DMS is in between every point in time. Now, what does the DMS do? The DMS is an application that can run throughout the value chain, such that from your manufacturer to your warehouse to you, the distributor, you are on the application, and you can see what has been released from the manufacturer, and it feeds into your store. There's nothing like somebody is going to tell you, I wrote 50, but they collected, but they brought 100. Do you understand what I'm saying? They bring 20. You can see what comes in. From that thing, you can see what goes out. At the warehouse, there are scanner tools that make sure every item is well accounted for. As it is leaving this place and coming to you, you see the visibility from when it is here. There is not that it's only when they get here that you will see it. Even your truck driver can be on the application. You can integrate it with other apps that track, those things are not even expensive, that track your truck, even tracks the usage of petrol. I hope you know there's technology that tracks usage of diesel on the truck. Yes. You can know when he has broken down somewhere, or when he has stopped by to see his girlfriend in Benin, and he'll tell you that the car broke down. Are you following me? So there is end-to-end, and even after it has left you and come here, these guys can type in feedback on how many things they received that were damaged or had issues, or your customer can even give you feedback if they are happy or not, and you get it real time. Are you following me? Are you sure you are still with me? Yes. If you are lost, please let me know. There's no chance to be lost. We are not in Sambisa Forest. If you are lost, call me back. Please. So you can see that visibility is so important. When you sit here, from your this thing, you can see what is happening. You can see real-time data. In fact, let me show you. I'm coming. We'll come back here. Look at this interface. You can see, if you have a salesperson, you can see what each salesperson is doing in terms of numbers. All these things look fancy. It's not hard though. It's very simple. You'll be trained on it, and it's simple. Depend on which one you are using. You can see your bill count per area. If you have multiple areas, let's say this is Oniu, this is Lekki, you can see how many items user-wise in terms of those that are using it. You can see payments. Which of your payments is cash? Which one is credit? Which one is left? Which one is credit card? Are you following me? You can see multiple things. That's the way there are these applications for multiple other things. How many of us have more than 3 staff members here? 3 people working for us? More than Abi? How do you pay their salaries? You are paying by cash. Are you working in the same company? He said it's cash. You do transfer. Both transfer and cash is the same. So you pay the transfer, you do it one by one. You use QuickBooks. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, let's come back here. So, can you see that there's instant visibility on your product journey, end to end? Even if let me give you look, when I say visibility, you can even plug your DMS to your bank. You can plug it to your supplier. You can plug it to anybody, any stakeholder that you need. So you don't even need manual reporting. You don't need to stress yourself. Once you are on a technology platform, the beauty of technology is something they call API. It usually has things that the people that do business with you can connect to it. And then instead of always giving yourself headache, they automatically see what you have, and you do not need to be doing unnecessary thinking of who is going to help you do this report, who is going to do that report to convince them. They can see it. They can see what is left in your goods, in your inventory. They see your payable days. They see your receivable days. They see how cash is coming. They see which percentage of your cash is credit. And they will give you money because they can see the visibility. Are you following me? Are you sure? So, look, you don't know how it feels when you solve some of these basic problems with technology. You can then focus on a lot of other things. Nobody can call dog monkey. You don't understand? For those that don't understand, you bow. That's why nobody is going to tell you, see a donkey and say it's a dog, and you will believe it. Because you can see everything. And trust me, it is not complicated at all. Now, let's come here. Now, look at this example. Look at this example. Let's say this is you here now. This is your warehouse. You have a DMS that you use to track this thing to here. There's a DMS that manages everything that is in this place, right? Now, I don't know how many of you also sell to clients directly, or if you have multiple things that you are distributing and you have your own customers. You can even build a front-end application that plugs to your DMS, such that your customers will be buying directly from that application, and it automatically reduces. Yes. So the guys who are helping you do distribution are also part of it. And everybody is happy. In fact, when the person receives, how many of you have ordered something from a logistics company in the US before? Do you know how you can track exactly where those things are? Yes. Every point in time. The last time I ordered iPhone, I had an iPhone from Apple. I made a mistake and ordered the wrong case. The wrong, in fact, the full wrong accessories. And it had already shipped. And I was seeing the movement of the shipping. And the lady told me via customer service that, oh, she just, instead of first spending too many hours saying, don't worry, let me go back and check something, she just sent me the link and said, oh, you see, this is evidence that it's been shipped, this is where it is now. However, I will make another order for you. You know, since it's an error, I'm going to make another order. And when that one gets to the shipping terminal, right, they would return it to us. Are you following me? Because they have visibility over it. There is nothing like, oh, maybe I'll get it and quickly go and collect it and move on. Are you following me? It reduces the headache that lack of trust causes. Till when it gets to your door, your domot, you can have visibility. And trust me, it is a beautiful experience. End-to-end technology. And there are so many types. Now, look at these people here. They can even give you feedback such that, look at it, you can then see real time, and then you can immediately give instructions to your people and say, look, customers are not happy with what's going on. This person here just sent this thing. What's happening? Are we on the same page? 1 hour, please. 1 hour, please. So, what are the advantages? I've told you so many. Nobody can manipulate data. Then reporting does not become a task on its own. You know, a lot of people are doing good numbers, but they are unable to access banking services simply because they don't have accounts, they don't have numbers, they don't have reports. The bank will not do business with you if they don't have visibility on what you are doing. In fact, nobody will do business with you. And that's the biggest problem with scaling. How many organizers have ever scaled? Organizers. Do you know organizers? There's one organizer there at Marwa. He has been doing business in that place for years. They don't scale. They hardly scale. Why? Because he's transactional. He just wants to do his business today. Whatever he makes, he spends it. Comes tomorrow, spends it. Abi? Now, imagine that organizer begins to think, okay, whatever I'm making now, I need to upload it on certain types of application. I need to put it in the bank. At the end of the day, I take this percentage, I do this, I do that, and then I do a mini report and go to the bank for expansion of my tools. right? And then I have multiple tools, I have multiple people. I can even go to Access Bank and say, instead of you doing all your cars one by one, I want to be helping you do it. All your cars, whatever issues that happen to all your buses and all your cars, I want to be helping you fix it. And you pay me 30 days later. Abi? Or you pay me every 2 weeks. And Access Bank will tell you, why would I do that for you? What have you done? And it shows him the numbers. Abi now? Even if it's 1 million naira, and Access Bank will say, okay, I'll give you 500K. Then you go and get 3 or 4 other machines. That's how people scale. But it doesn't come to their mind because they usually do not go beyond that manual phase. That traditional model. Are you following me? So, but don't get it wrong, go. There are some businesses that will be doing it in traditional. They will be making a lot of money. It will then catch up when succession happens. God forbid somebody dies. The owner, that's the end. But the law, the business is gone. Because there's no institutional visibility. Are you following me? Brilliant. So let's look at, we've already talked about. When again? I need tracker. Samuel, do we have any comments from online or somebody talking from online? Please. I don't want us to lose those online. Ashkolu? Kemsin Adewale. Okay, Kemsin Adewale, please. Are you enjoying the session? Can I proceed and then you let me know when it's ready? Okay. Huh? Call the person for me now.
We can take a question or a comment from Lisa. Please, Lisa online. Lisa, please unmute yourself if you can hear us. We'll take a comment from you.
Okay, while we're waiting for that, we're going to do a very quick exercise that shows the importance of communication chain. Communication chain. So I'm just going to call a few people randomly. Don't worry, this time it's not a game. It's just a very simple exercise that we're going to do. Sir, please, I need you. Thank you very much. Please help me stay out here. Sir, please help me join. Thank you very much. Madam, please help me join. Thank you very much. Do we have volunteers? I don't like calling people. Volunteers. Please let me join. Let me join. Quickly. Two of you, sirs, please help me join them. Yes. Come forward. Both of you. Yes. But both of you were talking. You know that it's you I was calling you. You said me. I thought this format ended in primary school. When the class teacher will catch you and say you say me, you look back. Even when there's nobody behind you. No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Mommy, please come and join them. So all of you line up facing this side. Now let's look at the importance of communication. Because I need you to know the instruction. So this exercise is tell her, I'm going to give her a sign. So I'm going to give her a sign, and then she will turn.
Hi.
So, if you are not used to, if you are relying on what your somebody to tell you what the supplier said, or what the logistics man said, or what your, this is what's going to happen. You can go and please give them a round of applause. Interpreters and communication experts. Now, you know the interesting thing? Even Mama did not get it, oh. It started scattering from my head. Immediately, instantly. So how do you solve it? How do you, oh, unfortunately, I've told them to go and sit down. How do you solve it? All of them should be looking at me and I give them at the same time. That's what technology does for you. Instant visibility. I'm not relying on anybody. And if your business, especially those of us who are baby boomers, you know, we're already elderly. All these young people that you employ, they know that you are elderly. A lot of times they will just misinform you with all sorts of things because you know you feel that you understand it. Abi? So it is even more important for you. So go and throw away that fear. Your fear should be fear of not having immediate information, not fear of technology. Now, I think I already asked a lot of you this question, so I'm just going to move. It's not changing. Now, there was something that somebody said, that they use manual because the computer can pafuka. Eh? You see, me, that laptop, if that laptop burns or gets missing, nothing's going to happen to my files. It's just like iPhone. If my iPhone gets missing or I change it, nothing's going to happen to anything. All I need is just my email and password. It's the same way for your business. Everything should be on the cloud. And cloud does not mean any complicated. Gone are those days when for you to save something on the cloud, you need to go and first buy server, you need to invest millions. You don't need all those things, though. There are people already hosting it for you. Affordable. There's Dropbox, there's AWS, Amazon. For less than $5, $10 a month, you can save as much as 1 terabyte of information. I'm telling you, depends on what you want to use it for. There are multiple types of things that you can do. So many. When we are talking about accounting software, forget complicated accounting software. There are oh, see baby, oh my God. I love babies. baby. Oh, babies don't have problem. All these problems we are learning technology, that one is growing inside technology. She's not learning it. She's growing. Wait a second. That one, she's growing inside technology. Baby, well, why are you smiling? It's not you I'm calling baby. It's the when I don't go, they're happy. So now, but I will get to examples. Let me even quickly talk about even collaboration tools. I know most of us probably use only WhatsApp here. And we probably don't even communicate. How many of us have official emails for our businesses? A lot of us probably use Yahoo, Gmail, and all these things. Abi? I'm not talking about you young people. Because you think that email is expensive. It's not. So, even if you don't want to have a website, it's still important to have a website too. You don't even need a website to have a domain. How much is domain? You can buy domain. In fact, you can even buy some for $2. Depends on if it is available or not for your business name. Most of the business names you are giving me here, I can bet that they will be available. Those your business names. Most of you have coined your business name around your name, your family name, your first name, So I can assure you to be available. All you need to do, look at Zoho. Zoho Mail, for example. If you have less than 5 staff, Zoho Mail is free. Even if you have up to 10 licenses, you will not spend more than 30,000 a year or 40K a year. And Zoho Mail is a solid email engine that gives you clean interface. You can use it to set reminder. It gives you professional outlook. You will send email to your bank, and we know that, yes, this person is a brand. Are you following me? And then the most important is back end. You can even see what all your other staff are communicating. You can look at it back end and be sure that nobody is trying to sabotage you. And it becomes a criminal offense. What do they call that? A policy breach. If anybody sends any private mail outside of your any business mail outside of the mails that you are allocated to them. No, I know most of us do WhatsApp groups and all these things. There are other applications you can use. There's Asana, there's Trello, there's Slack, where you will be on that platform. You will create, all your members will be there. Anything they are doing, they will be sending you live. You'll be following up. What's happening? What's doing this? If you need specific trainings on usability of these things, engage us. Don't worry. We'll come and do it for you. Training to know how exactly you can use those things. So as you are like this on your phone, you will see somebody is doing one new something. You post it to the group. Everybody sees it. You can see the status of the next thing somebody is doing today. Okay, 12 p.m. you are supposed to call Alaja or something. 3 p.m. you are supposed to call Cadbury. And then you can follow up. You don't need to be there. Once you type it in, everybody sees it. Unlike WhatsApp, this one is like an office. There are different rooms. Are you following me? And there are different types like that. Asana, you don't, and most of you see, Trello, Asana, you don't even need to pay. The free version is enough for you if you are not doing anything advanced, if you are not doing complicated projects. These things are just information. If you do not understand it at all, you can get a copper whose only job is to be looking for these tools for you and how to use it and be helping you manage it. Very sharp copper. You know the beauty of copper? Both the sharp one and the unsharp one is the same amount they are collecting. Abi? Why are you laughing at our coppers? I'm going to report you to Buhari. Even Buhari is reporting himself. Did you see Buhari tweet yesterday? So, I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you basic solutions. So that idea of thinking IT is an expensive resource, it's a lie. Oh. IT has been democratized. You can see a very sharp IT guy who is a copper. I have clients like that. After their NYSC, they then migrate them. Sharp guy. All he has to do for you is to be helping you manage all these communication tools, set up your email. Ebuka came in as a copper. I have recruited staff members. In fact, most of my staff members, they come in as coppers. Exceptional people. Or if it's your child, succession planning. It's not compulsory your child must be interested in your business. So don't go and say because I said so. Omolomo, if the child will not finish, you say he's banking, I'm interested in, or his technology. You say no, you must sit down here. Our facilitator said it at. But of course, every child is interested in the success of your business. So even if the child is doing his own thing, what will happen? That's another reason why succession planning hardly succeeds, though, because most times the parents are forcing the children on what they are not interested in. Are you following me? However, your child will still be interested if the child is interested in your success. It can help you manage all of those things, or at least provide guide. But even if you need to recruit somebody, it's not difficult. It's just a young. These things very important for visibility, and there are so many. See, you want to do marketing. Are you even on social media? Do you only rely on marketing? This session I'm doing here now, I've never met anybody on the Access Bank team that called me to come and do this session. Never. I did not sell myself. I did not promote. I did not do anything. It's just on social media they know me before. Abi, I'm telling you. Gone are those days when advertisement and media means you have to go and pay AIT or Arise TV or newspaper. No. Let the big boys like banks, let them be doing that. You don't need. With $10, you promote to about 15,000 people, 20,000 people. You can even design, you can target the people you want to see it, the age demographics, the business owners. I'm telling you, with small money, especially Facebook. I know all of us here on Facebook because elderly people spend all their time on Facebook. They will finish you. In fact, my mother's friends are always reporting me that I don't answer them on Facebook. Because they want to finish me. If I post any picture like, oh, our son, God bless you. You are such a darling boy. And most of them don't know that Facebook is the best place for their business. Facebook is the best community for businesses in the world. Facebook. You say which Facebook? The same Facebook you are using to send messages to your friends. I am telling you, depends on what you do. Even if it is anything that you are selling, you can create your online store on Facebook. And all those your friends, you just simply add them to it. And you know the good thing about people of your age demographics, they are loyal to each other. Very loyal. Once they see that, so again, there are multiple scenarios. Your scenario, you might be thinking in your head that my scenario is different, my trade is different. Forget, you can adapt it. There are all sorts. Look, social media, there's one guy I saw at Jakonde. The guy carried placard on his head that he has been singing since, people should help him. I just saw him and I'm like, this guy is such a young guy. And I took a picture of him and posted it on Twitter. Over 1 million people have seen it. The last time I checked. He's done interviews in Punch, in Vanguard. He's been on TV's radio simply because of that tweet. They've downloaded, they've streamed his music so many times. The guy keeps calling me. His mother has called me to pray for me from morning to night. I didn't spend a dime. I only posted it on my platform. Simple as ABC. So, again, gone are those days when advertisements meant spending a lot of money. Now, all these technology tools, affordable. Look, there is what they call MailChimp. All your customers, your suppliers, everybody, instead of calling them every day to say, that your copper can help you program your mail database so that every week or every month, a mail will go out to all your people. Are you following me? On the new information from the manufacturer, new product, something, even anything. It can even be how to preserve it on their shelf, anything you want to think about. It can even just to be to greet them. And it will be well designed. Again, some of these things are not expensive. You can look, there's endless possibilities. Remember, we've moved from front end now. We are going to back end. Abi, if you have any questions, please ask me. I'm moving very quickly. It's not moving. So, again, there are multiple other things for other processes for inventory. Access Bank is also coming up with something called Primus. I don't know if any of you have used it, but I think it's still being worked on. But it's also a product that will solve a lot of these problems. They will deploy it for you guys. And it would help you tick a lot of the boxes in terms of order processing, inventory, and all those things. Right? Please, when they bring it, use it. Use it, oh. And I don't think they're going to collect money, are we? Yeah, it's going to be free. So please, use it. Don't be afraid of technology. Technology is an enabler. It's not going to damage. It's not going to put you in problem. Abi, does all these things I've been saying now? I've not called anybody from that table. You should do for me. Oh, no, okay. You are there, mommy. Yeah, you are there. I want to change. Hello? See, I think I already mentioned this earlier about application programming interface, meaning API. API simply means, so, see, this is what API does for you. It connects you, it links you with, so API links you with everybody that is doing business with you, all your stakeholders. It connects your software systems to each other, such that you don't need to manually go and ask or write an application to somebody. I mean, the bankers are here. If you have a solid tool, all you need to do is grant them access to it. Any information they want, they can access it themselves. Then at the end, they tell you, say, we can see that something is happening. Are you sure you don't need to replenish? You don't need social money? You don't need this? Because they can see it. Are you following me? The same way, if there are payments you need to make, there are now payment platforms that you can easily do online. I know you are thinking of the challenges, why it will not happen. Oh, I'm in Osogbo. In Osogbo, it's cash that people use every day. In Kinikon. Look, all you need to do is sit down, understand the reality of your own environment and how you can best adapt technology. And I can assure you, I have advised clients in the most remote part of Kaduna. I am not even joking. In Kaduna, in Kano, in Apapa, everywhere in Ogere. And we've solved these things for several people. And I'm happy you are doing cement here. I've done for Dangote, I've done for Sokoto Cement, I've done for Bua, process re-engineering. So, even in the cement ecosystem, everywhere it is possible. Are you following me? Please now, let this thing be moving. Don't let us be moving. So, your traditional business and technology are not at all with each other. Don't let's be thinking that it is a problem, that technology is a complicated problem. It is not. Technology will make it easy for you to manage your business, then you can focus on other things. You don't need to be there on Monday because you are afraid you can't go and do a meeting somewhere. You are afraid that you won't know what will happen. These people will not take it seriously. You have visibility. Anywhere you are, you can see what's going on. Communication with your people, just so that you keep in touch, can be done via things like MailChimp, automated scheduled emails. Are you following me? Even technology that does bulk SMS is there. You can program them, and it goes. Everything is simple these days, I can assure you. In my own business, I don't do paper. I have a no paper policy. None. I don't have zero paper. And we are running. So, again, you're not going to get there overnight. It's poco a poco, little by little. But there are some basic ones that you can deploy that would help you and set you on the path, on that journey for sustainability. Because I know a lot of us here now, we are already thinking of who is going to take over from our business. Trust me, taking over from your business is heavily tied to technology. How many of us know God is good? God is good, not today. God is good of 1990s. Who knows God is good of 1990s? Who knows Ife Sinachi and Chisco? Are they not contemporaries? Where are they now? Of course. Ife Sinachi, Transport Limited. Where are they now? But what do we now know about God is good? What happened to God is good? Digital transformation. End to end. End-to-end digital transformation. No matter your industry, if you don't quickly adopt it, you'll be left behind though. There is no way you will not be left behind. Even your supplier will leave you. Because your supplier cannot come and die of headache if other people are already embracing things that is making it easier for them. That baby is distracting me. You know, babies, my heart's at peace with babies. Are you following me? So your people that you have, your staff, stop doing manual transfer. You can have payroll systems that you use to schedule. Once you set all your parameters on the payroll system, in fact, you don't even need to manage it by yourself. Somebody is going to come and do a demo, a typical example for you. You can program everything there. Is it tax? Is it pension? Is it deduction? Is it whatever? You schedule everything, and at the end of the period, everything, it clicks with your gap. I don't know what they call that thing that the banks use. And you make your payment. Are you following me? So there are so many ERPs. In fact, depends on the size of your business. You can pay for an accounting ERP that doesn't cost you more than 1,000 naira a month. In fact, this payroll software they are going to demo for you, I can't even remember how much. One ridiculous amount. 2K. It's 2K. Not dollar, naira. I'm telling you. But again, what do they say? It's an information age. If you don't have the information, you will think, don't worry, they will send you the slides. You don't need to snap it. That's what I'm saying. This is technology era. Are you following me? Again, remember where we started from. In the banks in those days. I will never forget that example. It was full of people like us in this room with thick glasses. And they were principalities. They will sit on your destiny inside bank in those days. Savannah, UTB. When those women sit on your accounts, on your destiny, you are gone. Now, you don't even need you don't need to know your account manager. You are in business, so you probably need the relationship, but you don't actually even need it. For a long time, you may not even engage with anybody because everything has been digitalized. Are you following me? So please, it is very critical. Let's quickly do. Are you ready? Is that thing connected? Let's just do a quick demo for them so they can even see how some of these applications work. And you don't have to buy it. Again, remember, it is cloud. Some of these applications, in fact, most of them that I will tell you to use, they are not even, you don't need to buy it and install. It's cloud. Somebody is providing, you are just subscribing at ridiculous amounts. Remember, front end and what? Front end and what? And back end. Let's go. Now, this application, for example, is for managing people. Simple application. And then you can connect with any other one that you want. So you have an integrated end-to-end platform. And it's just 2K.
Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, afternoon already. My name is Jamal. I'm a product manager at Collard Gray / Olifi. Olifi is the product, the payroll product. And Collard Gray, it's a sister company to Mr. Ayo. Ayo is a senior consultant of mine. So I work in tech, right? So again, the purpose of this event is to introduce you guys to technology, the new business, and how it's helping our businesses, right? A few years ago, when I was in Nigeria, I had to move back here to help my home country, solve business problems, right? We have a lot of businesses out here. I don't know if we have the exact number of SMEs. I don't know, Access Bank, do we have the exact number of SMEs in Nigeria? We can say estimated, right? We have a lot of them. And if you ask, what's the challenge? Some people would say, oh, fundraising, capital, and all of that stuff. But your problem is far from capital. Your problem is record keeping. Record keeping. Because today you want to raise money, you want to do something, oh, you don't have the records for that, right? I mean, I just showed you guys Trello, Asana, and all of that stuff. These are tools we in technology we use every day. And I know that inside banking, you have your own internal communication tools, right? So you don't do WhatsApp and all of that stuff, right? So just a quick one. Again, it's just 2,000 naira, right? What's happening? Okay. Can you stop sharing that? Okay, so the name of the payroll is Olifi. That's what's on my shirt. So again, it helps businesses to automate their processes, right? I know a lot of business, again, don't remit tax and pensions, right? You just do your payee and all of that stuff. You pay your net and everybody goes home. One of the major problems when I was doing my research for this product is that people would say, oh, I have employees that have different bank accounts, right? But my own salary, my own company account is with Access Bank. So I expect you to go open an Access Bank account so I can just disburse payment, again, because of what? Transfer fees, right? Again, because when you're doing interbank transfers, it takes maybe 48 hours, 72 hours. Some people say, oh, I've not gotten my salaries and all of that stuff. Then by the time you pay salaries, what you do next is, oh, you don't take your tax money, that's the LIRS. I mean, we in Lagos, we remit to Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, right? Then you now go to pension as well. Okay, this is 20,000 naira. I'm paying tax for 20 employees, something like that. And you go to pension. I've paid pension for this remitted pension. You know, it's 8% and 10% employer and employer contribution, right? And you go and remit that as well. But again, what technology does for you is from anywhere you are, anywhere in the world, you can just do that with a click of a button, right? You don't need to now go to your PFAs. You don't need to go to a particular tax office or local authority office, to remit tax and pensions, right? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. With just 2,000 naira, urgent 2K, it's not expensive at all, right? So again, it works very seamlessly, right? So this is your dashboard, right? Yeah, so this is your dashboard. It gives you an overview of how you're doing in terms of salaries, right? So you have your total payroll size, you have the total number of employees, you can manage your billing. So Mr. Ayo spoke about integrations, APIs, right? So we've integrated with multiple payment platforms, right? That helps you, process payments with a click of a button, right? So, I mean, payments, so far, I think in November, we started using it in November last year, and from November till date, I've processed over 200 million in salaries. Seamless payments, no payments have failed so far, 200 million in salaries. And we remitted tax of over 8 million naira across board, tax and pensions across board, employees and employer contributions and pensions and all of that stuff, right? So again, all you need to do is just, this is your dashboard. Once you sign up and all of that stuff, it gives you an overview, salary, tax, pensions, HMO. For most people, I mean, health insurance, right? Most people don't even do that. I mean, it's just 5,000 naira. You just pay and you can pay from the system and all of that stuff. So you don't need to walk into anybody's office, right? So, I mean, this is when you onboard people, right, your employees, right? So you can see a list of your employees. So I'm just going to switch organizations here to my test account. So you have an overview of what I'm talking about. Just give me a second. All right, so yeah. So these are the list of employees under this test account. This is a demo account, so these are not live data, right? So this is a demo account. So you can see all your employees, their emails, their phone number, the group they fall under, are they permanent staff, are they contract staff? Any contract staff, you just pay them their net. Oh, I've done the project for you, you just pay me my 200,000 naira. But full-time or permanent staff, you remit tax and pensions and all of that stuff, so you can put them in different categories, right? So you don't need to do the setting over and over and over again, right? So, I mean, you can onboard employees in two features, two ways, right? Single upload, single invite, you just fill the form, you put, so when you transfer money from your Access Bank account to a different bank account, you say, okay, what's your account number? Which bank do you use? It brings out the person's name just to verify, right? So we also have that on the system, so it helps you verify the person you're sending the money to, or the person you're paying salaries, or the person you're onboarding, right? So that is it. Then secondly, you want to create payroll. So this is your payroll for the month, right? So this is a test account again. So you would see your total salary, you see your total tax, total number of employees you're paying, your total pensions, right? So you could just create payroll and move on from there, right? So when you create payroll, you now go to, you see everything you're doing. So again, you're paying 4,000 naira if you run the payroll, 2,000 naira rather per payroll run, and 15 naira on each employee and all of that stuff. So again, we are offering this for free. Mr. Am I correct? We're offering this for free for anybody that wants to sign up. So free 3 months, you can use it, run your salaries and all of that stuff. Again, we're not taking you from Access Bank. You can still own your company account. All you need to do is just integrations that helps you remit tax and pensions and pay salaries, right? So again, you can also see your payroll history, right? See all the payroll we've created for the entire year. You can see all of that here. So it helps you with record keeping. Again, it's not expensive. I'm here with my business card. If you want to talk after this, we can have a conversation, right? Thank you so much.
So, because of time, I couldn't get people to do demos of accounting and other types of applications. Access wanted us to do enough demos, but we can't because of time, right? But what this shows you is that technology doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be complicated. Are you following me? And you don't have to even do it yourself, but you cannot afford not to do it because it's either you want to do it for today or you want to do it against tomorrow. But at some point, you have to do it for both. Otherwise, if the business does not leave you today, it will die after you've gone. Are you following me? And you definitely do not want your business to die after you've gone. Are you following me? So remember what I said, it's a three-way journey. The succession planning, the technology enabler, and your business continuity. Because your business must continue. Abi? Again, I've told you, Primus will engage you later on Access Bank will engage you later on when they release these products, right? And then you can adapt it again. It is free, and it will help you solve a lot of your core support problems, right? Again, I remember what I said. What did I say when they release it? Use it. Please say use it. Use it. Technology will not kill your business, and your information will not get lost because of your computer. You can do it on cloud. There's Dropbox. There's AWS. There are so many things. Even Google. There's Google. People don't know that Google is beyond email, Gmail. There are so many things that Google provides in terms of data storage, email suite. Very affordable for your business. Even in terms of your planning, of your scheduling, you have this session. After this session, you have something else. You are still thinking every day. Okay, I have this meeting. Somebody will now call you. You can be scheduling it on your calendar. Technology makes your life a whole lot easier. I can assure you. Again, remember what I said. One of the solutions or one of the bigger advantages with NYSC is easy access to labor and provision of opportunities for people. If you are so afraid of blowing up look for NYSC people. Or if you think you are afraid of your ability to understand the technology, look for sharp people who have just finished and can help you do it. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, with these few points of mine, I hope I have been able to confuse and not convince you that technology is very critical to your business growth and sustainability. Yes or no? Yes. Say, if you are with me, say aye. If you are with me, say nay. The ayes have it. So if you want to reach me, you can reach me on any of my platforms or call me, send me a text, send me an email, and I'm going to provide additional solutions, insights, and support. Thank you so much.
Please let's put our hands together for Mr. Ayo Bankole. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I believe we've all learned so much. Have we had a good time so far? Have we learned anything from today's session? Okay, I've learned something though. So, Mr. Ayo, just in case we have any tech issues, I will personally be reaching out as well. But once again, thank you so much. Please let's put our hands together for him again. So we'll go into the Q&A session now, but before that, we'll just take one feedback. I'd like one person to just give us a quick feedback. Right, just a little feedback on what you've learned. Maybe something you've learned from Mr. Ayo's session today. Just one person. Anybody, any volunteer. Does anyone want to go? Or should I pick someone? Okay. Let me give this gentleman here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Samuel. It's really fascinating what we've learned today. One thing with small businesses is that, let me just stand up is that you think you need to have everything under one roof, an accountant, an IT person, HR, marketing. Ayo has been so gracious. We can have all of that for next to nothing, and it enables us to make more money. So there's no excuse. We just have to grow, and the tools to grow are available. Let's just reach out to Ayo, Access Bank. We are here to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Couldn't have put it any better. All right, we'll move into the Q&A session now. So if you have your questions, please remember the online audience. All right, if you need to ask a question, kindly just raise your hand. There's a sign there, raise your hand, and the team will unmute you so that you can ask your question. And if we need to take questions here, please just raise your hand. Someone will reach out to you as well. All right, let's welcome Mr. Ayo as he joins me here on the panel, and we'll have a discussion. So we'll take all of your questions and answer them accurately. Thank you. Please let's put our hands together for him. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ayo. Thank you so much. All right, so we'll take this first question just to start. I have a question here. Now, this question is from Mr. Oyebola. He's asking, please, are you saying that exercise books should totally be ruled out of our transactions? And if yes, what is the alternative to collect data before imputing to any device or accounting program? So, are we saying that we should take out the books completely? And if you're saying yes, take out the books completely, what is the alternative to that? What do we do?
Okay, so there is usually a transition period, right? So because you have been using exercise books for so long, change management is not a dictatorship regime where you just say, change everything. Because there's a process of change. People need to adapt, right? So there will be a transition period where you will be reducing, or you are doing it on the book and also doing it on the system. Are you following me? So that your people are getting used to it. So it can be a 90-day calendar, it can be a 60-day, it can be a 4-month calendar, where people get used to it, and then you have a cutoff.
Now, remember, there is also legacy data migration, where you can say, what does that simply mean? It means that existing information, I want to put it on the platform. So if, for example, you want to start installing software today, you can say from January till today, I want to put my information. Or you can even say, okay, so you can even say, this thing wants me to shut up. So that transition period would exist, right? And the truth is that the end goal is for you to be able to exercise as much as possible. It is possible. There are businesses like yours that run strictly on digital. Everything you are looking for in your exercise book exists on your DMS and your ERPs. Everything. Imagine if banks can be opening e-branches where you can do things end to end in an e-branch, strictly electronic. Do you know the type of massive paper transactions that they used to do before? So it is possible. It is completely possible. It's just your mind thinking, how these things have been on paper. Are you sure it's possible? Are you sure? That's where change management comes in. Trust me, by doing that transition phase, you will get used to it. And then before you know it, you will even hate paper as much as you hate paper more than I do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ayos. Thank you. So another question just before. This is my question, actually. So I'm asking on behalf of a customer, for instance, that I manage, a distributor. As a customer that is, or that has worked for the last 10, 15 years,
That's making the change from
Hello? Hello? Chai.
Good day. Yeah, I first of all comment on the effort of the Access Bank. We, the customer, we really appreciate the support given to us. What I want to say is not a question, but in Nigeria, where we meet ourselves, it's not easy to adapt, to accept new things easily. But there are some way for us to accept it. Though our children coming up, it is easier for them because new technology, teaching of computer have been started, teaching them from the primary school. So it is easier for the children. But the old people that are already grown, to accept it, it is difficult because we have not used to this thing, all this system of computing figures. We have to learn it. But to make it easy, I think my advice is that if the Access Bank, either taking it from the customer's accounts or giving it to us as end of the year gift, by giving it to each customer a system as a gift and already computerized, whether in an Excel, a trained person that they can arrange it, it is easy. A trained person that they have already employed to go to each person's shop or store to go and teach them how they will go about this. You might think it's not possible, but it's possible if they want us to achieve this thing on time. Take for instance, if you go to any government hospital or even any private hospital, they are using manual. It's just new coming hospital that are using technologies these days. If you go to UCH or LUT, you go to see your doctor, what you say, everything you say, you're going to write it down with Payroll on paper. But there is an hospital that they compare them, they have to change to technology and write it down. I mean, install everything on system. It took time before doctor can answer the patient. A doctor that will answer you sharp within 20 or 30 minutes, it might take an hour before they install all what you are saying. So they have to put all the files aside and compel all the doctor that this time around they are in a technology world, that they have to use the system. When we sit down within 5 minutes and the doctor have answered you, these days it's not like that. So if the Access Bank, so they force the doctor to use it, they are not ready. So if the Access Bank want their distributor to use this thing on time, if they give us as a gift at the end of the year, system, you know, why is it so funny? How much is the system that they can't give us compared with what they are saying from us? So if they give us, it's not so funny now. Why? So, and already a trained person can go whether 1 week or 3 days training on each person's shop. I think you can advise that one. You can achieve that one easily and within a short period. Thank you.
Hey, that question is for Access Bank. Oh. That one is for Access Bank. Oh. I disown it.
All right, here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your question, man. That was very timely. Coincidentally, Access Bank already having something that is coming up before the end of the year that's going to address all of this. So what you need to do is to subscribe when the information comes up. You need to subscribe, use it, be part of a system, and all these issues will be fully addressed. Thank you so much.
Please, let's clap for Access Bank again. They will address all your problems and give you the system that you need.
Okay, another question, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, so mine is not actually a question. I just want to buttress what she said earlier. And okay, sorry, 1 minute. Okay, so let me ask the question first. For the charges, the one you said 2,000 naira, is it on a monthly basis or how do you charge it? And the charges for the payroll? I didn't get that. Run. Okay, so is it on a monthly basis or per when you use it? Okay. 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 So the second one I wanted to speak about is the security control, buttressing what Madam said earlier. Majority have the fear of using system, maybe these new applications and all. They've been running this business for, let's say, 30 years, 20 years, you know. Changing into this new system is a bit hard. What is the security control measure on this?
We have 2FA. We also have, I mean, the same way the bank upgrades their security infrastructure, the same way we do as well. And we don't hold your money. Your money is held with the bank. Powered by integrations, we pay stacks and all of that stuff, right? We mono integrations, right? So we don't hold your money. So your money is completely safe in your bank account, right? So everything is security-wise is for your bank account, yeah. It's for your bank or whatever infrastructure the bank is in at that time. Yeah, so we don't hold your money. Again, for our software, we don't also have access to your account. Only, you know, like for instance, let me use Facebook for instance. If you give me your Facebook email and password, that's when I can log into your account, right? Exactly. Or if I trigger something and it gives you, maybe it sends you an OTP. And you know, because of OTP, it sends you an OTP and say, okay, hi Jamal, take my OTP. I can have access to your account. So we don't know what's in your account. We don't know what's in your wallet. We don't know what's in your bank account. All we help you do is onboard your employees with their account number, click on create payroll and process payments. From your account, the money just goes to your employees. So, I mean, security-wise, we're safe on that.
So, the security-wise I'm saying is that, for instance, I have a manager. I'm saying, do this on my behalf. So, after it's done, is there a second leg of approval so that I have that security that...
Sure. So we have 3 levels of approvals. We have the third-party administrator. We have the super admin. We have the admin, right? You could be your super admin because you're the owner of the business. Then let's say you hire a HR consultant. The HR consultant will be your third-party administrator, right? So a third-party administrator can onboard employees, create payroll, but cannot approve. Yeah. So only a super admin can approve. So once I create a payroll, you get an email that, oh, okay, Jamal just created a payroll for the month of June. Kindly approve. Again, you have to view that payroll to approve. Because let's say maybe you've given Ayo a deduction of 200,000. Maybe he earns 200,000. You say you deduct 200,000 from salary. So he's not going to get salary for that month, right? So you do that. You have to look at all the payroll before you approve. So yeah, we have access level control. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just in addition to what the gentleman has said, I think Access has also taken a step further, right, to create a platform. I don't know if you're aware of the Primus Plus, that also manages those payroll systems for you. So it's something you can reach out at any time, and those things can be properly set up for you. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we'll take this, another question in-house. All right, I'll take this one, and then I'll take one. I have questions from the online community as well. So please go ahead, Ma. Go ahead.
Hello. Okay. My comment is to Ayo specifically. When we came in, he introduced the front end, the back end, and I think I even had a mix-up because I was thinking that the front end, I mixed up the front end with the back end, And he just did just like an introduction. So it would have been lovely to have a detailed explanation of the front end, because a lot of us already have ERP that we used, which is the back end now from what he has explained to us. So for me, what I really need now is that front end tool, because the tool that has been explained in detail here now is basically payroll. Fine, it will help. But what are those software, what are those technology that we can use to manage those front-end processes, and how we can improve the current back-end that we have, that we can use to, and then how can we integrate the three as it's made now? Ayo.
So remember, the first one we started with was the distributor management system.
Exactly.
That is your front-end application.
Good.
So that's why I
those
said
are not common.
Yeah, that's why I said we couldn't get someone to demo that for you, right? But I showed you an interface, right? So offline, after now, we can discuss more on it. Okay. So that's the one that manages your front-end operations, because your job, your front-end job, your core, another word for front-end is core business.
Yeah.
Your core business is distribution, right? You have different product categories.
Yeah.
You want to track when the product is coming. You want to track when it is going out. You want to track how people are buying. If they are buying on credit, you want to know your exposure per time in terms of credit, in terms of cash, all those kind of things, Abi. So it is your distributor management system that does that for you.
But you know what I'm saying is that that's not as common as the ERP, because you see a lot of people here are already on Sage, are already on Zero, are already on Tally, managing the sales, the banking accounts to be posted to different customers as in payments. But the distributor management system is not as common as the accounting packages that we use for the back end. So I'm thinking that, okay, maybe an emphasis on that, and then an integration on the three of them.
Yeah, so please, if you don't take anything out of here, it is the commitment to try to install a DMS. That is the critical thing. Can you give me a note? So, but because of time, so maybe after now we can engage, right? Yeah. So that DMS is the core thing for your core business, right? Now it will then integrate with all these other support applications. Yeah. Okay, I was just told that Access Bank is also building a DMS. Please, let's give Access Bank a round of applause. When is it going to be ready? People did not tell me that one. Oh.
You are competing.
That's the most important information now. No, I don't have a DMS.
Oh, really?
No, I don't have a DMS. I'm not, I'm telling you the options. In fact, in that case, so we can wait for Access Bank's DMS. Okay, let's just say by November. By November, before the end of this year, Access Bank's DMS is going to be ready. In fact, that news is sweetening my belly, because DMS can get complicated if different people are going for different applications. So once Access Bank's DMS is live, please, again, email is very important. If your email culture, technology adoption, sorry, I don't come out your panel chair. Technology adoption is different from digital culture. Technology adoption means you have adopted technology. You have the phone. You have an email address. You have a laptop. Digital culture means you have changed your behavior and culture to use the technology. So please, always check your mails from Access Bank and any other of your players. When this thing comes up, make sure you do not miss it. And please, ensure you follow up and install it and get used to it. The way you get used to technology is like a child preparing for JAMB. You don't get used to it passively. Day and night, you'll be looking at it. You'll be getting used to it. You'll be getting used to it. You'll be practicing it until when you get used to it. Okay. I think that solves the problem.
Okay, thank you very much, Access Bank. You see, for me in particular, I'm always very grateful for all the support, not only financially. You know, you are just not our bankers. We are looking at you as partners and, you know, coming up with this different training at all times. The last time it was succession planning, it was quite revealing. Now it's technology. I just want to say a very big thank you. From what we have seen today, we are surely going to come back.
Thank you very
You know,
much.
because we
ma'am.
want a demo of the DMS. You know, we just want to continue to learn. Thank you. We are grateful.
That's so sweet.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ayo. So I'll take this question from our online audience. So the first one, this person is saying, anonymous, says, we didn't hear so much about the sales strategy. The person would like to know, is there any specific sales strategy, right, they could use as a new business, especially in a market that is already dominated by existing powerhouses?
So, strategy is a completely different conversation. So that question is a bit vague. Sales strategy does not, you can't ask a question about sales strategy without first revealing your specific business. The sales strategy for cement is different from sales strategy for FMCG. Sales strategy for beer, alcohol, is different from sales strategy for whiskey. And it's different, whiskey, Jack Daniels and all the top of, but the lower end is different from the champagne and maybe XO and all these things. So because the person did not mention his specific industry, I can't speak to sales strategy. Now, even if I know the industry, I still have to, strategy sits on data, information. So I still have to know, okay, what is his capacity in terms of sales? Is he going to be doing sales himself? Does he have a budget? Who are his, but again, irrespective of whatever business you are in, and you say you have dominate, you say he already has oligarchs, like existing big players. So if you are a new business, your immediate circle of influence is your primary market. If you cannot sell, if you cannot penetrate your immediate circle of influence, you will find it difficult to go and penetrate those that the big players are already dominating. So if your circle of influence is very small, then your first sales strategy is to expand that circle of influence. If you are in this room, if that question is from online, for example, I expect that you will be the first to have access to the email and network of everybody on this platform. You have no business attending any event and leaving without knowing people. In fact, at the minimum, 30 people from this session should become your friends and know how you can complement what they are doing. The same thing, you should be the one jumping from one alumni group to another, church to another, because you are trying to expand your circle of influence and your sales influence, right? Before you then adopt the other things we're talking about in terms of digital marketing, communications, and all of that, right? But please, if you are starting a new business, you are your chief salesperson. Don't outsource your sales strategy and all that to somebody from day one, except you have a huge budget. Even if you have a huge budget, in your bank, for example, the higher you go, the bigger the target. The CEO is the number one chief salesperson. That's why even the CBN gives performance bonuses to CEOs that is tied to PBT. Because they know that it is the job of the CEO to expand the business. So please, don't let's make that mistake and say, we want to start, oh, let's do a sales strategy, I want to get salespeople. It's good to get salespeople, but you are the first and foremost, the chief salesperson, and your primary sales strategy is your circle of influence. Your secondary is then the one outside your circle of influence. That's the market that you are competing with competitors. And please, because people are within your circle of influence does not mean they are obliged. It is not a favor that they must patronize you. You should create a business case in terms of excellent service, product, commitment, delivery, experience, so that it then complements. Because they know you, they will do business with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, let's take a question from our online audience. Please, can we unmute Valentine or Better? Valentine or Better? Let's just take a question quickly from them. We can take something from Valentine or better. Okay. While we wait for that, let me just read out this question real quick. So someone is asking, right, is there any application that can fast-track cash collections in trade? Do you know of any application that can fast-track collections in trade? If I get this question correctly, the person is trying to know if you know of any application, tech-driven, that can help improve the process of cash collection. So day to day, there are daily sales for the distributors, right? How they collect money and manage their collections, their daily collections. Is there something that can sort of control that process, that has an oversight function over that collection? Take, for instance, maybe you have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 collection points. You want to be able to sit centrally and manage that entire process so you know at the end of the day what exactly you're receiving. Is there some application that can do that, if I get this question correctly?
So this question is two ways. It's not clear, but let me just address it from the two ways so that it falls in either way. So first and foremost, when you say cash, when you say collection speaks to receivable management. I don't know. So collection means, how can I collect my money if people are owing me? That's a different conversation from my problem is that my business is cash based, so all my collections are in cash. They are two different things.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So if it is about receivables, receivable is not about technology. Receivable is about, technology can solve it. So if you have an ERP and it shows that this person is owing me, you can customize your ERP to be sending them periodic reminders. Are you following me? You can almost customize to be sending text in addition to emails. However, the technology is not going to go and collect the money from the person's account. Now, however, technology can also make it easy for the person to pay. Are you following me? So there are payment integrations that you can do that makes it easy for the person to pay, such that the person can easily just click and pay you per time, or even set reminders to pay you. Depending on the type of business you do. Even loan companies now use various platforms that just debit directly. So it depends on what your nature of business and how you want to collect money from people. On the other hand, if your problem is that you are in a market where you are predominantly cash-based, now there are new technology platforms now that are coming up that reduces people in remote areas' dependence on cash, and is really a society thing. If you are in Kenya, for example, even Ghana, you don't need cash. M-Pesa is there. So our telcos are now beginning to replicate M-Pesa, but it's still a journey, right? However, you yourself can also reduce your dependence on cash by adopting. So when people come to your store and they don't see the alternative, it's just cash they're going to give you. But if the alternatives are there, then they can do that. A lot of people will tell you they don't do transfer because of XXX, they don't do POS because of XXX, they don't do this. Everything has cost benefits, right? So it's up to you to decide from today, I want to be deliberate about reducing cash, because cash is more expensive. Yes, it's better for you, you have the money at hand, it's liquid and all that, but it creates a lot of other bottlenecks. So it really depends,
Much. Thank you. Do we have any other question or comment from the audience here? Question or comment? All right, I'll take one more feedback from the online audience. So this is from Henry. So he's saying that we're on the brink of entering the fourth industrial revolution, along with its associated technologies and processes, such as the blockchains, DLT, IoTs, and so on. So this person is asking, how is Access planning to assist businesses to embrace and become leaders in this? This is for Access. So this person wants to know how Access Bank is planning to assist businesses to embrace and become leaders. Well, permit me, maybe before any of our colleagues decides to take this question, I would just like to say, having a forum like this is one way that Access Bank is is attending to this, having a forum like this, bringing the information to your doorstep, and having thought leaders on the subject matter come and speak to us, train us, and help us. So if this answers your question, Mr. Henry, having a forum like this helps to address such a thing. Then I don't know if Chizoba is still here, if you would like to say or add a thing or two to what I've said. Is he here? Okay. Okay. I think if we don't have any other questions, or it's Chizoba, okay. Please, sir. There's a question for Access Bank here. So the person is asking, right, that we're on the brink of entering the 4th industrial revolution, along with its associated technologies like blockchain, DLT, IoTs, and the rest. So how is Access Bank planning to assist businesses to embrace this and become leaders? How is Access assisting us to do this? Please, can we give him a microphone? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I think the first thing I will have to say is to look at when we say Access Bank. One of the things, for those of you that see our adverts on the media, is that more than banking. We started this journey way before now. We want to be gateway to Africa across the world. And the only way to do it, just like you're saying, is not a manual approach. It's not a paper approach. It's not a one-to-one approach. It's digital. So the way we are trying to solve that problem is to answer, I don't know who asked that question, I think it was her, about the payrolls and integration. What we are trying to do is just to enable APIs. We create a solution that solves problems we see in future now, and all you have to do is to plug in and solve that. I hear you. I don't want to go into specific blockchain and all that. All those things will come into play. The question is, are you ready? And the reason we've agreed to do this forum as technology is that the traditional business, I know how you're saying that it's going to be disrupted. It is disrupted. There are small players now, well, I call them small because they're going to get bigger. I'm sure you have all heard of Alexo, Sabi. I mean, I know when they started. I know one of them that started, the first time I spoke to them, they were doing about 50, 100 million. They do 6 billion every day, every month now. And they are just starting. If you do not embrace technology, you will sit down and watch your business move. Just like they say, somebody who moved my cheese. I don't know if we have read the book. It is not a case of you like it or you're big or you're dominant. If you do not get there, they will leave you behind. I'm not Generation Z, and I still recall our phones that we dial and wait for it to return. Does it exist today? It will go. This traditional system, it will go. It's just a matter of time. And you know what makes it worse? And I always say this to few people I have interaction with. Nigeria is such a, I don't know, I'm trying to get the word to use. Nigeria is really attractive. There are all the key indices you need are here. You have people, you have demographics, you have youthful population, you have spread, you have everything. So you see that we do it, or the foreign company will do it. Last week we were discussing, how many of us know that Amazon is coming here? It's not a joke. They've got license, they're coming. And if you know their model, they don't just come and sell rice. They sell everything. They put it on the table, buy. We need to please take this seriously. Now, in the bank, what we're doing is to look at platforms and digital means to help you migrate. So you don't have to go and pay for cloud. You don't have to go and pay for payments, for transfers, for all of, no. We will create that and just pass to you, just plug in and enjoy it. That's where I want to answer it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, I think we'll bring this session to a close now. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayo Bankole. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Thank you. Thank you. Well, at this point, I'd like to call on our women banking team for a short presentation, a real quick presentation. Please, let's put our hands together for our women banking team, led by Busola. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today, and I'm very sure that we have learned so much from what Ayo has shared and from what my colleagues at Access Bank have shared. My name is Busola, and I work currently with the women banking team at Access Bank. And some people are wondering, which one is women banking team again? Right, so at Access Bank, we have a special focus for women. Women, do we know we are special? Of course. Thank you very much. Men, no offense to you in the room. We know you love us, so we know, we understand. Great, so at Access Bank, we have taken a further step, and I like the fact that, you know, he had mentioned one of the things around taking to addressing problems or challenges even before they occur. And one of the things that we did at Access Bank, you know, as far back as 2006, was to find a way to support women businesses. And we went ahead to partner with an institution called the International Finance Corporation of the World Bank to create an option and a solution to help women access finance and capacity building for business growth and sustainability. Because, of course, if you grow your business and you're not, or you do not continue to run, there's no continuity plan, there's really almost no reason behind having that business. So Access Bank launched that program in 2006, and, you know, we've gone ahead to also expand it in 2014. And right now it's called the W Initiative. The W Initiative is not a product, it's not an account. It actually encapsulates everything. So when I mean encapsulate, it puts it all together. Everything Access Bank has to offer our women community in all the markets that we serve. So this is not even just restricted to Nigeria alone. It's open to all our subsidiary locations. We actually have presence in over 9 subsidiaries that we currently have presence in. We focus on, of course, various segments. Not all women are business women, you'd agree. We have the women that are in career, the likes of the bankers, the lawyers, and the likes. And we still definitely have some women that have just taken it upon themselves to be family and to, you know, sort of structure and build a structure around family. So that's why we have focused on these 3 key segments over the years. But in 2022, we introduced new segments which we have called the W Quintessential and the Millennial and the Gen Z, you know, because we know that the Gen Zs are the ones really taking up and beginning to make changes a lot in the space. So these are the focus segments that we've had. And we do not just come to you to say Access Bank has this to offer you. Because so you're talking to me that Access Bank has this, Access Bank has this. What we've done is we've bundled our offerings. So when I mean bundle, we put them in packages based on the needs of these people. So you're a woman in business, your needs will definitely differ from a professional. A professional will most likely be looking for funds to probably acquire new degrees, improve her skills and the likes. A woman in business is most likely looking for funds to expand her business and grow her capacity as well. Same thing for the woman in family. Moving on, you know, the woman in business is priority for us, and that's why we're here today to speak to you about what we have to offer the women in business. At W, we have 4 key value propositions. Access to finance. Of course, what's the bank's purpose if you do not give me access to finance? But we also go the extra mile to say we will give you access to market, access to capacity building, and access to the necessary programs and initiatives that you have that you can leverage on to grow your business. So speaking to the access to finance, I don't know if the slides can come back up, but we have created tailored products that will suit women businesses. Women in the room, we like freebies. Men too like freebies, but women love freebies a lot. You know, when you have access to giveaways, you know, all of those things. Women like to have those things. And what we've seen over time is Access to finance has become a challenge to women, especially women in business, because of certain barriers and concerns, around the cultural biases and a lot of things. So we have created products that are discounted and available to women with flexible repayment plans. So I'll speak to that extensively. We have created the W Power Loan, which provides women access to funding up to 100 million naira at a discounted price of 15%, where you do not require to provide collateral for up to 10 million naira. So what that means is you can take 10 million naira for your business without providing any collateral at all. All you just need to provide is show that as a woman, I have somebody that can make me accountable, more or less like a guarantor. Now, somebody in the room is thinking, oh, my guarantor is going to bring his properties, right? No. Your guarantor just needs to demonstrate to me as a bank that I have capacity to ensure that this person taking the loan, to ensure that the person taking loan. Hello? 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 Okay. Okay. Hello? Hello? Okay, so the fact that a woman can take a loan at 10 million naira and she doesn't need to provide a collateral, but provide someone that is a guarantor. This guarantor can either be a business owner or a salary earner, just demonstrating that I have capacity to ensure that I can put this person on their toes to necessarily pay back the funds as at when due. That's available to women. We also have the option where women can take loans to acquire vehicles at a discounted pricing of 15%. Men, I can see a man in the room that women, what is going on? So no. So let me explain something now. We've also realized that there are a lot of men in the room or in the space, in the industry, that are doing things that are related to women. So what I mean is, you and your wife are partners on the business. You are definitely eligible for this program and this project and this product. Yes. The W Power Loan is not only
territory or whatever. So they're not looking really for keeping you in the business.
Hello. Okay. So the W Power,
and it makes it very difficult to think sustainability. So what I have found is that in order for me to have an organization that will outlive me, I have to have a little bit more than a trading organization. And so I have to invest in tools that can deliver service to the principal. So you have to invest in vehicles, you have to invest in purpose-built warehousing, and so on. That's what is going to distinguish you. Then it becomes a lot more difficult for a principal to unseat you or to move you. If you are providing genuine value to them, then you are able to
access to capacity building, which is under the W Academy. We have a flagship product that we call the Womenpreneur Pitchathon. Now, the Womenpreneur Pitchathon gives you an opportunity. Okay. The Womenpreneur Pitchathon gives you an opportunity to pitch your business, not only pitch your business, but have access to get a mini MBA program from Access Bank. And trust me, this is coming to you at no cost. You also get certified as a businesswoman at the end of the mini MBA program. We've been able to support over 100 women in this particular Womenpreneur Prechathon program. And these businesses have been able to implement the things that they have learned. Now, when Ayo had mentioned the fact that we have to be technology adopters and not necessarily, we know that these things are available, but if you do not adopt it, or if you do not make use of it or take active usage of it, you will just know it and then it won't help you. One of the things that we are doing under the W Academy is also to provide capacity building. So forums like this, we put together for women. Every month we have a program we've called the W Webinar, where we are giving women access to different products, different trainings, different topics. And for the month of July, just speaking to that particular program that we are having a 5-in-1 masterclass. And one of the topics we'll be speaking to is actually succession planning. Now, succession planning is a very integral part of business, but a lot of people overlook it. And we've seen it in a lot of women businesses, which is one of the reasons why we're bringing this back again to our female customers. We'll also be speaking on 4 other things around, strategic business management, leveraging on digital tools to grow your business. For the people in export, we'll also be bringing experts from the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, and in partnership with, Prosper Africa, to speak to women on how they can get their businesses ready for export and how they can get their businesses to access investment. Trust me, it's a whole lot for women businesses that we have to offer. And for you to ensure that you can get this value to our female customers, we would like for you to leverage on technology and follow us on all our platforms, which is the W community. So we are on Facebook for our mothers that are very conversant with Facebook. We also have our Instagram presence and Twitter. And one thing I want us to take out of here is not just to listen, but to also take an active decision as women. And the men here would also encourage you to take this information back to your house. Now, we're not just limited to the Gen Zs. So the mommies in the house, please, you're not exempted. You are not exempted at all. You're running active businesses, so we know that this will be of great value to your business as well. The final thing I would speak to is what we've called the maternal health service support. We call that particular product our baby-making products, because we've been able to use it to help people access funding to acquire fertility procedures, to make payment for health procedures that would help them in the quest of good living and well-being. So thank you very much. I don't know if we have time to take questions or if we want to take it at the end. Okay. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.